Hi YouTube, it's Tracy from Queen of the Board, and today I'm yet again playing Final Girl, this time up against Dr. Fright on Maple Lane. Come and join me. So I'm pretty much set up. We have Dr. Fright over here. Now the big thing with Dr. Fright is that I will be going from awake to asleep states. When I'm awake, the great news is he can't hurt me, but I can't hurt him. When I'm asleep, I go into a boiler room, which is pretty dangerous, and I'll show you how that works when we get there. However, I won't be able to help victims, nor will they follow me whilst I'm asleep. Dr. Fright has 9 health and 4 horror. So he's all set up here on the board. Maple Lane is interesting. This is a 4-quadrant location board, and I can actually search in any of the houses in each quadrant once. So you'll see at the top an extra section here for that fourth quadrant for searches. Now to get into the houses though, where people are inside, I'm gonna have to convince them to trust me. So this game comes with convince action cards extra. I'm playing with Sheila. So she has 6 health, not too bad. I need to save 6 of the victims in order to get to her special power. And that means that by discarding an action card, I'll actually get 2 time instead of 1, which would be huge if I get that far. My setup card was already done, and then Party in the Burbs is the reason why we have so many victims on the board. So we'll see how that goes, but you can see, especially this location here, there's a lot of people in that house. I'm playing over here. I did paint I'm using the miniatures, and I painted the base pink, so I'm hoping that means you'll be able to see clearly the movement. And we've got Dr. Fright right down here. I've got my free action cards in my hand. Focuses, weak attack, walk, and short rest. And I think we're ready to go. I'm gonna get started by focusing. Let's try and get the horror down. Rolling for 2 dice. Complete miss. So I lose 2 time immediately. Yikes. Well, let's try again. Okay, so 1 success there. And if I burn 2 cards, which, you know, I think I'm going to get rid of my short rest and my weak attack, that will actually get me 2 time back, and I lose a horror. So that's a little better. Finally, I'm gonna walk. Let's see if I can grab some victims. The exit spaces are at either end of these main roads. So let's see how far I can walk. Oh, 1 success, not bad. So that means I get to move a space and lose a time. So I'm just gonna come 1 straight down here. And that's it for my actions. Next, it's the planning phase, and I've got 5 to spend, which is pretty great. If I'm going anywhere, I'm gonna have to convince them to let me into their houses. So I'm gonna grab a convince card for 1. I think a sprint for 2, and a search for 2. Now I am being a little reckless here because I've only got the 4 cards and no backup in case I roll badly, but what are you gonna do? Okay, over to the killer phase. Now let's take a look. Now Dr. Fright does not have any boots, so he's not moving anywhere at the moment. If he did, he would have 1 attack action right here. So no one's on his space, go straight to the terror card. Better lock the door. So he's gonna move towards me, and his movement is 1. That does put him here. And then he is going to, boop, 1 dead already. Nasty. The bloodlust is up, the horror increases. And then during the next action phase, you may not move into any space occupied by a victim. Oh, well, that completely ruins my plan. Luckily, I'm already in a space with 1, so maybe I'll be able to at least save that person. that is the killer phase done. There's no panic as nobody else was in that space. No upkeep at the moment. Straight back over to me. I may as well just go ahead and walk, I think, and see if I can save this guy. One success, that's all I needed. So that's going to give me one loss of time to move a space and get at least one person safe. Let's have a look at Sheila. This lets me lose a horror, and I think I'm going to do that straight away. I'm trying to get this down. And I'm going to go ahead and stop there because this action phase, I really can't do very much if I can't move into a space with a victim. My only other option would be to go into a house and search, I guess. Let's have a look at the items available. Northwest quadrant, if I came into here, I could get a machete. Wow. But victims won't follow me whilst I have it in my hand. So maybe that's something for later on. Northeast, if I came into this house, it would be the archery bow. Now that's pretty great. You don't use it with an action card. It costs 2 time, but it's got a range of 1 to 2. So, tempting. But I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna wait. Yeah. So at that point, we'll go straight into planning, and I've got my free actions back from earlier. My walks, my focuses, short rest, and weak attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got a maximum hand size of 10, so I could only buy 2 cards. So what would do the best? I think a distraction to help me get the horror down for 3. That gets me down 1, 2, 3. 2 more to spend on the next card. I'm gonna grab a guard just in case. So it's the end of my planning phase. Killer phase again, still not moving. Let's go straight to his terror card. But if this is a dream, then I can. If you are awake, immediately discard this card and resolve the next terror card. I am awake. But you can't be here, you're dead. Do the following based on how many victims have died. If none had died, I would fall asleep. 1 to 3, the horror goes up by 1. We just have this one here, not too bad. Now he's gonna move 2 and then attack. So let's have a look. If you look closely on the board, you can see the driveways. So I think he's just gonna go to the closest. He's gonna come in here and attack there. And now we do have the panic phase. So let's see if this guy runs away. Go for a 3. Yep, straight out the driveway. I don't blame you. That's the end of that. Next is the upkeep phase. Still plenty of terror cards. Back over to me, and I've got lots to choose from. Now this time I can actually do a lot of movement here and they will follow me. So I'm kind of wanting to get back into here, convince them. I also want to get my, so I'm gonna start with my distraction card. Let's see if we can improve our dice rolling first of all. So, hoping for 2 success. 1 success. Okay, I'll take it. So we're gonna go 1 more time and my horror goes down by 1. Next, I am going to focus. We're so close. So close. Burn 2 cards for a success. Weak attack and short rest. Boom. 1 time, horror goes down, and now I get the extra dice. Cooking on gas. Now, he's kind of scary, and I think quite often that horror goes up. In fact, it will do if there's another bloodlust. So whilst I've got the 3, I'm gonna do another focus and bring it down a little more if I can. Beautiful, 2 successes right here. Gets me 2 time, another one down. So that's looking really good now, pretty safe. Now the next thing will be to get into one of these houses, I think, do a little movement, do a little searching. So I'm gonna start with so we'll just do a walk. For at least 1 success. 2 success. So I can actually move up to 2 spaces, but the trouble is they won't let me in the house. If I move down to the intersection, I could actually try and get some people away from Dr. Fright. It cost me a time. Then I'm gonna sprint here. 1 success allows me to move up to 2 spaces at a cost of a time. So I can actually go 1 and he will follow, 2, and we save someone else. Fantastic. Take the movement, move 1 space up to here. I'm gonna come into this empty house actually, southwest. Southwest is a megaphone which will allow me to move the victim on the board 1 space. And it doesn't have limited uses, so that's pretty great. I'm gonna do that and then I'm gonna search. Let's try and get the megaphone. Oh, yeah, I will. We burned through a lot of cards there, but it's worth it, I think. So I get to take that top item. I now have a megaphone, which is pretty amazing. It takes up 1 hand slot. Once per action phase, you may move any victim on the board 1 space. That looks like, I think they move towards me, might be what that restriction is. And because of that, I'm gonna put a little token on this house to say that I can't search there. Again, I've ransacked it. That is the end of the action phase. I'm out of cards and I've got 5 to spend. Ooh, well, I definitely want, I'm gonna need a convince. What I'm hoping to do is get out here and get into back up here and back into the other houses. So lots of running around. So let's do 1. Sprint. And a search. Next is the killer phase. Again, no boot, straight to the tarot card. Horror goes up. I thought it might. And then he's gonna move towards me. Actually, his movement is 4, so he's coming right on in. But he can't hurt me because I am awake. But look at that. Oh, because he's in the same space as me, the horror goes up again. Ah! Damn it, that's really frustrating. Back to 2 dice. No panic, no upkeep, over to me. Now, I think the thing to do is just get on out of there. So let's walk. I'll take it. We'll go walking for 1 space, costing me 1 time. I'm gonna try to sprint. Let's see what happens. 1 success with a sprint, costs me a time, but I get to move 2 spaces. So I'm gonna come on down to the intersection. Oh, or do I want to search southeast and get the Bible, which would help me with convincing? No, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to the intersection and stop right there. That leaves me 4 for planning. I'm gonna grab a sprint and these 2 close calls. Back up to 6, back to the killer phase. Let's see what he's got next. Again, no one for him to attack in his space, but he's doing, we are all going to die. So he's gonna move. First of all, he's moving 2. 1, 2. Can he attack anyone? No. Then he's gonna move another 2 towards victims, but he can't get into the house from this side. So he's actually gonna come here, and then let's roll to see which direction he goes, left or right. 3, he's gonna come this way. Now he's in a space. He does in fact kill a victim. Oh, yikes, putting up the horror. And do you know what? That actually worked out better for me because this put the horror up by 1, but it would have gone up by 2 if he hadn't killed anyone. So, oh, I moved the wrong one. There we go. All right, so that's his phase over. Checking for panic, no upkeep, straight back over to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, close. Lots to choose from here, but I would really, really like to get that horror back down. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is focus again. One success, and I am going to burn 2 cards. We'll do my weak attack and my short rest to get that extra time. Pulling this one down. I'm gonna focus again. Gonna have to burn 2 more cards, but it's totally worth it. Let's get rid of my, yeah, let's just get rid of the close calls. I don't want to try and re-roll, but that will get me back to 3 dice again. That's my happy place. All right, next, what do I want to do? Can I sprint in here and out and save them? Or do I try and start getting people out of this party house? Because that's a bloodbath waiting to happen. I think that's probably the move. So, I don't have a convince. I can't go in. That was a mistake. Oh, I do. Ooh, okay. So let's go ahead and try a walk first of all and see how far I can get close to the house. Oh no. I can move 1. I lose a life in 2 time, but I don't want to burn the card, so I'm going to do that. Puts me right in front of the house. Now I do my convince. 1 success. Convince, 1 success. Enter an adjacent building and lose 1 time. Now I think that means, so that's saying I can enter the house, so it looks like I don't need any additional movement. So I'm gonna come straight on in here with all these people. And then I'm gonna go ahead and try for a search. Let's see if we can get that machete in my bag at least. No machete for me. Couldn't find it. So you only have to put the X out if it was a successful search, so I don't have to do that yet. Let's go ahead and try and rescue some people, because I'm gonna have to come back in anyway. All right, so my sprint is good for 1. Move up to 2 spaces, 1 time. And so I can grab 2 people, they're gonna follow me and go 1, 2, and they are out. I'm gonna gain 2 time. And I'm gonna take an improvise card, I think. 2 more to fulfill and get the full actions. So I'm gonna stop there. My walk will come back. I have 6 to spend. What do I want? Another sprint, I think. So that's 2. We'll take the convince for 3. I've got 3 more to spend. Oh, let's try and search again. Why not? So I didn't actually get to spend everything, but I got to spend most things. Over to the killer. Now there's no one in his space, but another tarot card. Minor dark power, hellish pursuit. While asleep, you must resolve 1 additional boiler room card at the end of the killer phase if able. Not very nice. And that adds 2 health. That card will go away once I've hit him twice though. Back over to me. So we're gonna go ahead and walk first. Still rolling for 3. Good enough. Move up to 1 space, lose a time. And then I'm gonna convince. Just need 1. Bingo, perfect. Enter the adjacent building. We're back at the party house. I'm gonna search. And 1 success, I will take it. I get to take the top item from my space in the northwest, which is the machete, which is pretty badass. So I'm not gonna equip it right now because I do want them to follow me. And then finally we'll go for the sprint. Hoping to get 1 success again and save some more people. Oh, look at that, beautiful. Actually get to move up to 3 spaces, lose 1 time. So we're gonna go 1, 2, These two will follow and they're safe. And then for my third, I'll just come straight back here. So that actually fills my card up. I get to take the long rest action card for free. And I get to, I'm only down 1 health to my max, but there we are. Okay, Sheila, let's get your power out. I'm actually surprised that I managed to get to that. Now, 2 time instead of 1 when I discard action cards. So that's pretty exciting. And then for any future victim saved, I get to pull the horror down. So that's also huge. Now I think I will be stopping there and going in to spend, I've only got 2 left, but I'm getting a lot of my good cards back. I'm gonna get, if I want to go into another house with people, I will need another convince. And I think I'll take a close call. So I haven't fallen asleep yet and I feel like things are going pretty well. I'm focusing on keeping my horror down, saving victims, but now that I've got the machete, I kind of want to go in and start to attack him. She has pretty decent health too, so maybe I just sort of go for it. But I tell you what, this archery bow is looking pretty sexy. So maybe next time I get over here. I don't have a search card this time though. Yeah, let's attack him this time and then maybe later on I go over there. So we have all the cards ready. His time for killer. Another minor dark power, endless sleep. So there you go, I'm falling asleep. While this card is in play, you must remain asleep. Reset the boiler room immediately upon exiting it. He's getting a lot of bonus health from these cards. So not only do we reset the boiler room, but I'll have to resolve an additional boiler room card for Hellish Pursuit. So maybe while I'm in there, I can get rid of these anyway. So I'm asleep. Now, what does that mean? So we pull this card, pop it straight to the back, boiler room, flip it over. How does the boiler room work? So there are cards that I will be sliding, and if I spy Dr. Fright, I take a damage. There are 4 cards, and so I have to get through all 4 of those to get out of the boiler room. Now I only have to do that once during the killer phase, but I can choose to do it as many times as I want if I'm trying to get out during my action phase. But I'm really happy I got the machete. I am going to go ahead and equip that in my other hand now because the people won't be able to follow me anyway, and as part of the upkeep phase I get that option. Over to me. Now I'm realizing I've only got 1 attack card at the moment, which isn't great, but let's go for it. I mean, it's not nothing. Let's try for a walk. Or do I want to focus first? Let's focus. I've got the 3 dice, why not? Whoops. I'll take it. 2 success for focus. I'm gaining 2 time and losing another horror. I like that a lot. I'm gonna walk right on up to him. Come on, Dr. Fright, come get me. And 1 success. Or I can burn 2 cards to lose a time for 2. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, I think. Oops, that should be on 7. What to lose? I'm probably going to take some damage. I'll lose my close call and a focus. All right, next. Weak attack. Hello. I'm here with my machete. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Wish me luck. So I'm rolling for 3. Oh, not the best. I'm gonna have to give up 2 cards, and I think I'll lose my short rest and my convince. So I do lose a health, but I have 1, 2, 3 damage, which is pretty great because that means I actually get to get rid of all of his nasty minor dark power cards. Now, unfortunately, I haven't actually even scratched Dr. Fright, but hey, things could be worse. Well, could they? Could things be worse? Because I don't have any movement left and he's going to attack me for sure. Not good. I'm in trouble. But what else can I do? I've got my megaphone, and so at the very least, I'm gonna get to use that once per action phase to move any victim on the board one space. And even though I'm asleep, I feel I can still use this because they're not following me. And this guy right over here, I'm just gonna say, do we think that means they come to me? I think it does. Is this really smart? Yeah, I'm gonna have him come into this intersection. Or, these guys are here. No, I'm gonna have this guy come on out into this intersection right there. How's that? Stop there. I've got 7 to spend. Ooh, and I get to buy some nice retaliate cards potentially. So let's get 4. I think this might not be too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. A guard. And a close call, I think. Here we go, resetting. Over to you, Dr. Fright. So he's gonna go ahead straight away and try to attack me for 2 damage right here. And yeah, I am gonna go ahead with my retaliate and my machete. Fingers crossed. Gonna have to burn 2 cards. He's gonna attack me again. Which is better to keep, the guard or the long rest? Yeah, let's get rid of those. So I get 1 success at least, reducing the attack by 2, which clears it. 1 hit, 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Finally, 1, 2, 3. That feels really good. All right, now let's see what happens. It came right through the yard. He's gonna move, but he doesn't have to. I'm right in front of him. And he's gonna attack again. We'll try to guard against the damage. 1 success, reducing by 2, which is all I need. Not bad. He's not in a house, but he is gonna attack one more time that I can't defend against. So I'm just gonna take that 2 damage. But we're doing okay, I think. And that's the end of the killer phase. However, because I'm in the boiler room, let's take a peek at how this works. I'm gonna be sliding and I get a choice in direction. So I think I'm just gonna have a look at the top half. Oh, and I can't see him, so I'm safe. So that's okay. So I'm not in great shape in terms of what cards they have. I'm thinking it might be safest to try and get away from him and then just spend everything I can to try and defend myself. I really like these retaliate cards. That might be the way to go, but okay, so let's try and get away and let's try and get some rest. So we'll do the walk first. 1 success is good enough. I'm gonna take that. Move up to 1 space. Perfect. Next is my long rest. Let's get some healing. 1 success. I lose 2 time. Not great, but no other choice really, but I do get back up to full health. Yay. All right. Planning phase, no other choice. And only 3 to spend. So I can't even afford the retaliate card, but I can guard and then why not take the close call? Okay, these are coming back to me. I've got a weak attack card, which is nice. Over to him again. Now luckily he's not in my space this time, so let's see. Oh, I missed the event portion of the killer. So let's just go back and have a look what that said. Under construction. I guess a big pothole or something. They won't let anyone through until it's fixed. Roll a die and place a roadblock token. So 6 is north or south. So I'm gonna go ahead, and that means you can't save victims down here anymore. Okay, done. Killer phase. almost out of tarot cards. I'm really worried. There's only one left. I'm not excited to see his big power, and we're gonna go up 2 on horror. Okay. But he didn't attack me, so not that bad, I guess. Boiler room. Which way should I go? What do you think? I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna go to the right. Let's have a little peek. Oh, looky. So still haven't seen him. That's great. Pop that back down. I'm gonna wake up in 2 more turns. I'm going to walk back over to him. I'm rolling just, ooh, yeah, let's focus first actually. Let's try and get my focus down. Get rid of short rest and the close call to get me back to 3 dice. Ah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's walk on in there. Sure, why not? Okay, walking, moving a space for a time. Haven't used her power yet, but I haven't had enough cards to do it. We're gonna do the attack. That's good enough. Lose 1 health, but I'm getting him for 3 again, almost there. And then I'm gonna stop and grab the retaliate card. So I'm really hoping that this works out. That's my planning. Back up to 6, over to him. He attacks me immediately. This could be enough. This could be it. This could be it. He's going to attack, retaliate. I'm rolling for 3 dice, so I'm looking pretty hot with my machete. 1 success. Was it enough? Reduce the damage by 2 so he doesn't hit me. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, okay. So 1, 2. What do we think? Yay! Got him! Boom! Dr. Fright. Boom! Got you with my machete. Okay, that was fun. That was fun. That was close, because we were very close to seeing some really nasty things from Dr. Fright. Let's take a look at the boiler room, because you didn't get to see what happens if I had gone next time, if I'd come down. It's a little fiddly, but you have to kind of like this will cut. Oh, there he is. You see how his little face pops up? That would have caused me 1 damage, so. But it didn't happen. Sheila didn't get to use her special power. Struggling with cards a little. It was a great one. Yay! So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please share this video with your friends if they like similar board games. The usual like and subscribe. And just come back, write me notes in the comments. I'd love to chat. So thank you. Bye.